After this, if we talk about the contribution to the binomial nomenclature, or say the contribution of nomenclature, who had coined it, so most of you would say that it was Carlos Linnaeus, but please correct it. It was not Carlos Linnaeus. It was another scientist. So let us see now. So the contribution scientist and the book and year. So the proposal which was given by Caspar Bohin in the book Finance in year 1623. But if we talk about the principles and procedures, who had given the principles and procedures of the nomenclature, so now it was Carl Linnaeus which was first given the basic principles and all the procedures, rules of nomenclature in year 1751. Yes. So write down the principles given by in the book Philosophica Botanica in year 1751. After this, the first usage of nomenclature, the very first time the usage of nomenclature was also proposed by Carl Linnaeus. So, first usage was also given by him in the book Systema Nature in year 1753, and second usage was also given by him in the book, excuse me, it's not a Systema Nature, it's Systema Plantarum, and the second usage was given in the Systema Nature in year 1758. So, if we see here, the principles, the first usage was given in 1753, and the nomenclature was introduced in 1623. So you might think now, before 1753, if the nomenclature was introduced, how the naming was given to the any organism. So before 1753, the name which was given to any organisms was invalid, or they are not in a proper way, or we can say they are not valid names which was given before 1753. Why so? Because the first usage by using basic principles and procedures, it was given. So before 1753, they are not using any principles and procedures. Okay. So let's move on the binomial nomenclature. principles which was given by Carl Linnaeus in 1751 was again revised, was modified again, and given in the form of 5 codes. Yes, the principles of Carl Linnaeus, which was proposed in 1751, was again modified and again revised, and now they are given in the form of 5 codes. So let us see now what are they. So 5 codes or standardization of names. So the first code was given for plants, and the code is ICBN. What? So now the full form of ICBN was International Code for Botanical Nomenclature. Now the second one is for cultivated plants, and the code is ICNCP. The full form is International Code for Nomenclature of Cultivated Plants. The third one is for animals, and the code is ICZN. Yes, for animal the code is ICZN, and the full form is International Code for Zoological Nomenclature. And fourth one is for bacteria, and the code is ICNB. The full form is International Code for Nomenclature of Bacteria. Now, the last one is for viruses. Yes, and the code is ICTV, And the question and the full form is International Committee for Taxonomy of Virus. So these are the five codes which was modified from the principles of Carl's Linnaeus. Now, the first usage of nomenclature was given by Carl Linnaeus, as I have already told you, in the book Systema Plantae, and the second usage was given in the book Systema Naturae in 1753 and 1758 years respectively. So, in the book Systema Plantae, Carl Linnaeus gave in the book Systema Plantarum, he gave the nomenclature of, he wrote down 5,900 plant species. Yes, 5,000 plant species, and in the book Systema Naturae, he wrote down 4,321 animal species. Yes, and it was the first valid publication for plants, and it is first valid publication for animals. Just a little detail. Now, if we talk about binomial nomenclature, as the name suggests, binomial, here the name of any organism consists of two components. Yes, it consists of two components. The binomial nomenclature. So in the nomenclature, there are total 76 articles or rules which are followed. So there are total 76 articles or rules which were followed. As I have told you now, as the name suggests, binomial, the name of any organism in binomial nomenclature, binomial scientific name, it consists two components. If I cite here one example of mango, can you tell me the name of mango? The scientific name, it was Mangifera indica. Yes, it was Mangifera indica. Now, here the first name was known as generic name, and the second one is species epithet. Epithet. Yes. So there are two components. The first one is known as generic name, and the second one is species epithet. And there are some rules which you need to keep in mind before writing the scientific name. So whenever you are writing the scientific name, the first generic name, the first letter of generic name must be capital, and the first letter of species epithet must be small. So the first letter in generic name must be capital letter, must be in capital, and the first letter of species epithet must be a small one. Okay. And the other one is whenever the scientific names are written by hand or handwritten scientific name must be separately underlined. The separately underlined means the generic name and species epithets are individually separated. So handwritten separately underlined, and whenever it is printed it must be italic. Yes, printed name must be italic. And uh, after the species epithet, after the scientific name, whenever you write the name of the scientist of uh, the name, then it must be written in abbreviated form. Say example, here if I write the scientist name Linnaeus, I will write Linn, Lin, and that's all. So the scientific name, the scientist name, scientist name after species epithet must be an abbreviated form. Yes, must be an abbreviated form. And there are some limits of each name. Yes, there are some limits of generic name and species epithet of letters. So, what are limits? There are some limits of characters. So, the minimum limit is 3 words. The smallest name can be written in 3 words, and for maximum, it was 12 words. If I suggest one example for 3 words, it is OA. Yes, and the example of minimum letters that can be written in scientific name is OA, which consists of 3 letters, and you need to find out which name is the word which consists 12 characters in it. Yes, and here when you write scientist name, when you write the biological name of author, it must be an abbreviated form, and it never underlined, and it cannot be written in italic. It must be written in Roman. Yes, it is written in Roman. Now after this, we are going to discuss trinomial nomenclature. First, before discussing trinomial nomenclature, I need to clear you that one rule, which is the principle to priority or rule to priority. Principle of priority. Yes, principle of priority. Let take the scientific names of fungi. Example of fungi. So there are 2 scientific names of fungi which was given. The first one is Albugo Canidia. There's Albugo Candida, and other one is Christophus Candidus. Candidus. Yes, there are 2 scientific names of fungi. So, one question arises here: how do we know which one is the correct scientific name for fungi? Which name should we take to pronounce to fungi? Which name should we take as a correct scientific name? So, according to the principle of priority, the name which was prior to fungi, which was given firstly, is the prior name, or that one is the correct name, fungi. So, Albugo candida is the prior name of fungi. So it is the correct name. And the other remaining names are known as synonym. Yes. So what is the principle of priority? Any organism who consists more than two or more than one names, then the name which was prior to him, which was given firstly to him, is the correct name, and the other remaining names are the synonyms of that organism. And if we take example, yes, now we are going to discuss trinomial nomenclature. So trinomial nomenclature, which was given by Lamarck, scientist Lamarck. Yes. So, as the name suggests here, it consists three components. What are they? So, the first one is generic name. Second one is species, species epithet, and the third one is subspecies. In the case of animals, I am denoting animals in the form of A, and variety. In the case of plant, I am denoting plant as P. So we can take here some examples. Let take of Indian crow. Yes, Indian crow. So the generic name of Indian crow is Carvus splendens, and the subspecies in the case of animal is also splendens. Yes. What is this? The name was Carvus splendens. You can see here the Indian crow, the name of Indian crow, scientific name of Indian crow consists the two same names, means species epithet and subspecies are the same here. So in the here they are in this case, in this particular case, when any name consists subspecies and species epithet equal or same, they are known as autonyms. Yes. When in the name of any organism, if the species epithet and subspecies are similar, they are known as autonyms. Yes, they are known as autonyms. And we can take other example of gorilla. Yes, the example of gorilla. So the scientific name for gorilla is gorilla.